This is the Global Digest think tank group. We are podcasting our advocacy about global issue, the crisis around the world, including Asia and Asia Pacific region. And I'm glad to see you. I see you are one of our strategy. And so we are going to podcast our discussion, and we will also talk about a recent issue about India-Pakistan conflict. And before we start our discussion, why don't you briefly introduce about yourself to our audience and what is your strategies, your background as well. Please, Shafan.
Okay, Fail. I am Tyler Shafan from Pakistan, Islamabad, and I have pursued my career in international relations, international affairs, and defense and strategic studies specifically. So my area of interest primarily depends upon defense diplomacy, like Pakistan's military diplomacy, but I have also covered many seasons in my research, like foreign policy of America, international issues, foreign policy analysis. So recently I have worked on Pakistan military diplomacy with Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. So I'm glad that the Global Digest has invited me to speak on the most emerging issues. That is the need of an hour to discuss about international issues, the global crisis, because we really need to cooperate in these issues. So I really thank the Global Digest.
Welcome, Shafan. So, Shafan, we know in recent news about there's a little bit crisis between India and Pakistan border. We heard Indian rocket was touched on the Pakistan land. So, can you explain how it's Pakistan receiving India rocket and what's wrong with the rocket?
Okay, so well, we can say, unfortunately, that is not a recent issue, but that goes beyond the histories and decades, but still it is relevant and it is discussed among the current issues. So I think that's all about the border issues. That's all about the fight of realism. According to me, as an analyst or a peacemaker, I would say that we should come out of these issues. We should come out of the realist issues, as now we have entered in a global liberalist world. So there is a constant human rights violation in Kashmir, and the world and the human rights organizations have been witnessing all the human rights violation happening in Kashmir by India. So being Pakistan, we have invited them many times to sit on the table and discuss and to engage in a diplomatic solution between the two states, but unfortunately there is a much realist behavior by the most liberal democratic state, India, that should not be appreciated, I think. So
you mean Pakistan invited India on the table for Kashmir should be divided, one to Pakistan and one the other part to India, or Kashmir belong to which country? What is your proposal to India? Your Pakistan proposal to India?
Okay, but like Pakistan has always, invited India to go for a diplomatic solution, not the wars, not the military means, not the hard power anymore. Like the world is, the sick of these military issues and the hard power, the war. So our previous Prime Minister Imran Khan has, repeated times called India to come on the table and go for a diplomatic solution. But we haven't received any positive response from them. So I think that should be not much encouraged from the world also. Like not us, not India, but the Kashmir, they are suffering actually. So we should think of it, and we should consider the human rights abuse taking place.
What is Kashmir people opinion? They want to belong inside Pakistan side, or they want to belong to India side? How the Kashmir, or they want to tell it independent from neither Pakistan or India? How do you think their Kashmir people opinion?
As far as the people of Indian side Kashmir is concerned, they are openly raising their voices in favor of Pakistan. Like we have seen the slogans, we have seen the display charts, and we have seen their movements. So they always oppose the oppression of India, and they openly say that they want to be the part of Pakistan. And in as far as the Kashmir part of Pakistan side is concerned, so
the Kashmir part of Pakistan side, they want to belong to India, opposite.
The Kashmir people of Pakistan side, when they compare their lives with the Kashmir people of India, so they actually say there is a huge difference, and there is no human rights violation in Pakistan side as than in Indian occupied Kashmir. So the difference is very much visible, I think, and the world is also witnessing all the happenings taking place in Kashmir. So Indian occupied Kashmiris are very much open and very much confident about their support with Pakistan.
Maybe Indian side, but Kashmir people, they have more freedom to expression. That's why they said they want more freedom, or Pakistan side may be more restricted. It is like that.
As you have seen that, like in Indian occupied Kashmir, when they raise their voices in favor of Pakistan, many people are shot dead there, and the world has seen. And there is no such example from Pakistan side. Many people from Kashmir, from Pakistan, also say that they want independence, they want their independent state, but there is not that harsh policies or harsh behavior towards the Kashmiris of the Pakistan side. And so I don't think there is anything undercover for this, because world is witnessing how India is responding to their voices and how Pakistan is responding to their voices.
So you said the Kashmir people in India side will die, more people will die because of Indian shoot to them. But how do you think Kashmir people in Pakistan side, they are not much die compared to India side?
No, there is no, we can say direct shooting, or when they raise their voices and when they say, some of their fragments say, we want independence, so we just gonna shoot them. That's not happen. And you have also seen there is not such examples from Pakistan side actually. So there is a clear discrimination between the people of Kashmir in Pakistan side and in India side. So that's clear. The world has witnessed no such undercover things here.
I see, because I never been in Kashmir, so I cannot directly say which side has more data, which I know people.
I welcome you. You should visit Kashmir once. Sure. So you would admire its beauty, and you should, meet with the people, with the locals of the Kashmir. So it would be a great experience.
Sure. So relate in connection with these Kashmir people, the reason the Indian Air Force, they shoot the rocket that was landed on Pakistan side, it's any related to Kashmir with that rocket?
Actually, all things, all matters, and all wars revolve around the Kashmir issue. Not beyond. The border is everything, not for just Pakistan and India. We have seen many examples, like between India and China. So when we have talked about the Russia and Ukraine crisis, so no one leaves the borders in their land actually. So that's all about the border issue in the Kashmir. And when they tried to launch the rocket, and when their armed personnel tried to cross the border, so Pakistan military gave their full response to resist them so I think when they will cross the line, so that would be the equal response from Pakistan military also, because everyone gave importance to their land. So that's all the matter of border.
Do you as you said, you also expert on military issues, so about the rocket, do you know how that big rocket and how it's powerful, how Pakistan military has any capacity to deter any rocket coming from India? Do you have any detailed information?
Yeah. Okay. One thing is called propaganda, which is very much important in international relations and international affairs. So when they say they have fired a rocket, so from Pakistan, you would see that we actually, negate this idea. We actually negate this idea because the rocket, and when things go towards we can say when things go towards atom, so the things get more harsh from Pakistan side too. So they had not actually fired the rocket when they say they have good diagram here, but we have actually retaliated it with the full force. We have actually negated and resisted their attempt.
But I mean, that rocket was landed in Pakistani side, right? So it's not landed on Pakistan land, or
no, it was not landed there. No, it was not landed there.
I see.
There were only 3 Indian personals which tried to cross the borders, and which one of them were captured by Pakistan army, and later it was returned back to India as a good office, as a diplomatic notion, as a positive, as a peacemaking notion. We have sent them back.
You mean the Air Force officer?
Yeah. Yes.
I see. So the rocket shot by India Air Force, it was explored on the air. It's not landed.
No. It was not like that. As I've mentioned that there are many things like propaganda which actually run international affairs, and so being an international relation expert in analysis, one should have a deep knowledge of what is reality and what is propaganda. So I'm just making clear the difference.
I see. So you mean the reason India Air Force shooting rocket news is not that serious thing in Pakistan? You want to say like that? Because
no, there was no rocket attack here.
But in the newspaper, in the newspaper, Pakistani side frequently say they are not satisfied with the rocket fire from India Air Force, so they want clarified by India side more and more, something like that. So, but you said it's not that big deal, it's not that serious issue, something like that, right?
It was a serious issue because when there is a standoff, then it becomes a serious issue because both are the nuclear states. But we have to adopt the policy of prevention and retaliation. That's what Pakistan military did.
So you mean that current rocket is not that big deal, and this is a maybe small rocket or something like that?
No, it was not actually fired.
Oh, really? I see. Because on the news, we heard the rocket was fired to Pakistan side. That's why we thought that was something. But they mentioned nobody was casualty or something like that. So it means it was reached to Pakistan side, something like that.
Yes, they tried to, but if we talk about the one rocket, we have made it useless in air. So that was another case. So we actually retaliated that attack, and we have responded them with full force. And again, we have invited them just to sit on table and talk diplomatically and ask people of Kashmir what they want. But still, I think world should also raise its voices, to bring India to the table talk, to save our world from further oppression and hard power.
So continuously about that rocket. So it's not any suffering in Pakistan side. You have no any complaint.
No.
The
There was no
people of
suffering because
Pakistan.
we did back. We resisted their attempt actually.
I see. Maybe it's more maybe highlight in the news. It make people more attention. That's why we confirm from you. It was not big deal. It's not really you don't suffer anything, right? You don't feel anything.
It becomes big deal when we talk about India and Pakistan, and because both are the nuclear states. But when they try, we also retaliate. So that's why we say when they try, we retaliate. So that's not a big deal for us.
Right. So but India side said even it's not big deal as you said, but India side said they have no intention for shooting. But Pakistan side said in the news they are doubt about India intention, so they request to clarify again and again by India.
Yes, so there is something that is called intelligence, and so when we just come to know about their intentions, so it's a duty to ask them to clear themselves uh, before the things go out of the control. So because if their action would be having a reaction from a Pakistan side, so there was a need to clarify things between the both states. So that's, I think, diplomatic behavior both states should adopt.
Right, they should deal with diplomatic. Is the best solution, as you
It's
said.
the best solution.
Right. So I mean the India Pakistan the shooting not just this time, you have a historical record. You have many connection in the past, the shooting. So it is difficult to say it has no intention or it has intention, but there is a background of Pakistan, India.
Yeah, there are always things going on in background, and both India and Pakistan both are aware of each other's intentions. So because I must say, world should go for the diplomatic solution, because both states are suffering from underdevelopment because of that war-prone intensity from both sides. So we should, avoid it. We have seen the world is suffering a lot from the war in Ukraine, and so we should learn from these experiences.
Right. So, we can say because of the long history background of India and Pakistan, the intention may be that historical background issue,
Yes.
India.
You can say that. You can say that's in the veins of Pakistan and India.
Right. So, do you think it is more related to? It's not related to religion, right? It's the conflict between India and Pakistan.
Yes, that's not religious. That's not religious. That's a border issue. That's a political issue. That's a realistic approach from both sides.
Right.
Otherwise, Pakistan and India people do share many things in common in their culture.
Right. You can speak similar languages and you can communicate each other.
Yes.
Yeah, but why they just want to shooting each other? Just because of Kashmir? That's the main issue?
Yes, because every state gives importance to the land. Nobody actually wants to leave its land. So that's border issue, that's a land issue. Even when we talk about the developed state superpowers, we talk about China. border issue of China with India, the Tibet, the Taiwan, the Ukraine, nobody actually wants to leave its land. I think that's a part of our national interest. So we would never be, getting off from it. But still, I would emphasize on diplomatic solution to save the world from more bloodshed and oppression.
Right. We should avoid any war or conflict. We don't want any bloodshed between India and Pakistan. We should make peace, diplomatic relation between the two countries is the best.
Actually.
Yeah, but we don't know the military behavior and authoritarian behavior. In India, it's a pretty good liberal democracy, but not yet 100% full liberal democracy. They are still ongoing for liberal democracy, but they are more. India was more influenced by Hindu extreme group.
Yes, that is a religious influence there in India. They are actually really extremist.
Right.
So
even
they actually make state resist to have raise hand diplomatically towards Pakistan.
Right. So India's even democracy, they have many negative things like those extreme religious and some, some massacre or some religious conflict or some other negative thing still exists. I don't know, compared to India, how the democracy in Pakistan. Pakistan is now is the military rule, or how do you classify Pakistan democracy right now?
Yes, no, it's not a military rule. It's a democracy here. But yes, we have many flaws in our democracy. But in terms of Kashmir issue, when we compare both states, as we are, we call ourselves as a religious state, as a Muslim state. But when we talk about India, they are a secular state. But when we compare both states, there is a more dominance of religion in India as compared to Pakistan. So there is a question mark on secularism of India there.
You said India, even they said secularism country, but they are more strong Hinduism in politics. Yes. But in Pakistan, even you said you are religious Islam country, but you are not that strong religious extremists in Pakistan compared to India. You are more secular in India.
We do give importance to our religion because it is, Islamic Jamhuriya Pakistan, Islamic democracy of Pakistan. But the religious elements here don't influence foreign policy to that extent that we just keep our guns and shoot the people who raise voices. This is not the case here. But in India, when we talk about Hindutva and BJP party, so they actually, they are very against Muslims, even though they call themselves secular. So, and they are the ones, who protest and rallies against the people of Kashmir who raise their voices against India. So I was highlighting that difference between Pakistan and India.
I see. Yes, I saw sometime there was a persecution to the Muslim and sometimes Christian, we can fall. But what about in Pakistan, the other minority religion like Christian and some Hindu, maybe in Pakistan, they have freedom of religion or any restriction in Pakistan?
There are many churches here. There are many Christians here. There are Hindu temples in many of the parts of the countries. So Christians and Hindus, they can roam around anywhere. There is a large number of Sikh community here in Pakistan. There is also a religious place of Sikh community in Pakistan. Many, the number of Sikh arrived every year in Pakistan to perform their religious, their all this religion. But they are all free to perform their religious rituals. There is no restriction. There is no gun rule in Pakistan to restrict them to, just to visit their religious places. So I can say that there is a freedom for the minorities in Pakistan.
I see. When was the last election in Pakistan?
It was in 2018.
2020?
2018.
2018. So
Yes.
when will be next election?
In next year, inshallah.
I see.
2023.
So current government is not elected, right? They are just emergency government.
Yes, but I'm not involved or be a part of any political party. But I actually support the policies of Imran Khan.
I see. He is not prime minister right now, right?
Not prime minister currently.
What's wrong with him?
No, he is, working on a campaigns for the next election now, and he was actually moved because of the no confidence motion. Unfortunately, the most unfortunate event in the history of Pakistan recently.
He was popular because he was a background of actor. He was actor.
No, he was a cricketer.
A cricketer.
Yes, he was a cricketer. He was the captain of Pakistan team, and under his captainship, Pakistan won World Cup. He is he's a famous leader.
One of celebrator, so people like him. But I don't know his political background. Does he have political background?
He has now become much popular. He is the most popular leader in Pakistan history. He is now at the top of the leadership. He's most influential personalities around the world.
I see. So, it's important of internal political matter to shape your country foreign policy or to shape a relationship with India, something like that. So,
yes, internal political circumstances play a very significant role in, framing the foreign policy of any state.
Because sometimes Pakistan can be also ruled by military, That's why democracy is a little bit weak, or sometimes
it's unfortunate, you can say.
So nowadays, how do you think military can involve or they can coup in Pakistan? Is there any possibility?
Okay, things have changed now. Military is not involved, and nor they have any intention to directly involve in the politics. But yes, one thing, there is called military diplomacy, which is my area of interest, which is my area of specialization. So military diplomacy is a soft act by military personals. Now we can say military is not only involved in a war or in hard power, in the use of weapons, but now military is doing many other things that come under the soft power diplomacy. So if there's a FIFA World Cup going on, will be held in Qatar. So Pakistan military is providing a security to Qatar for World Cup. So that comes under military diplomacy. So there are many joint military exercises happening between Pakistan, Russia, Pakistan, Turkey, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia. Pakistan military is, training many Saudi personals actually. So that all comes under the framework of military diplomacy. So military diplomacy in that way plays a very important role in foreign policy making.
But I have a little bit doubt Pakistan position, because Pakistan involved with many military dictatorship and authoritarian countries. And when it comes to democracy and authoritarian, I'm not sure Pakistan will side for which side. in democracy side or authoritarian side? Because Pakistan heavily involved with authoritarian country, China, Russia, those Middle East authoritarian country, Iran. So how Pakistan position can really be purely involved with democratic country, or how's your position?
Okay. In Pakistan, there are many things that happened with the collaboration of military leadership and civilian leadership. So as far as you said that Pakistan is very much involved with authoritarian states like the China, Russia, that's purely on military basis. That's the defense relations between the two states. But how civilian government is cooperating is that how military diplomacy is helping Pakistan to gain political ends, to gain economic ends. So that's how the things are managed. Not like military is involved or we are the pro-authoritarian states. No, we are democracy-loving people. So we support democracy. We are having democracy, but things sometimes happens with the collaboration of military and civilian leadership.
I see. What about if there is a
Yes.
conflict between China and India? Will Pakistan be democracy side or will be in communist countryside?
Well, the enemy is my friend. That's all the answer.
So this kind of things are complicated for Pakistan position.
First of all, we would not engage in a third conflict. We will never be a part of a conflict of other states. We will have our opinion, but we would not part of any conflicting states because we don't support the conflict and war. So we will ask both states to go for a diplomatic solution, but we would not be a part of any state in a hard power or of the use of force.
So were you sure that Pakistan people are determined for democracy? Are they any willing to go with extremist or military government? Or they people absolutely want democracy in Pakistan?
They want democracy, but they support their military to a high extent. They really support their military in terms of military solutions, in terms of clashes with India, but in form of government, they always go for democracy.
See, so generally Pakistan people they express they want democracy, right?
Yes, yeah.
Then so can you say Pakistan is consolidated democracy?
Okay, that could be an opinion, but yes, we must say that we have a history of some ups and downs in the democratic process that should not happen. Because as we are a security conscious state and because of our borders, because of our neighbors, military have to get involved. But that doesn't mean we actually support the any kind of dictatorship, because when we say in authoritarian government, state go 20 years back in its development. So we actually don't support it, but it happened because of some unforeseen expenditures. So, but we are all for democracy.
See. For the last thing, I want to know, as Pakistan is an Islam country, we have Rohingya Islam people from Burma. I heard Pakistan hosted some Rohingya people. Did you help how much Rohingya refugee in Pakistan? Do you have any idea?
Yes, there are small portion, but yes, we always stand with the people who are oppressed in any states, as we when raise voices for the people of oppressed Kashmiris. So we actually support the Rohingya people. They are our brothers, and we are always stretch our hands to welcome them. And yes, government actually don't disclose every detail because they are the oppressed people in their state. So but yes, they have welcomed the Rohingyas in their borders to accommodate them.
How Pakistan consider refugee? Pakistan signed for refugee convention, or how Pakistan support Rohingya refugee. They provide good shelter and food in Pakistan.
Okay, if you have studied about the history, so Pakistan has been a host of a number of Afghan refugees after the war on terror. So we have welcomed number of Afghan refugees in our country. So they have, built their houses there. They have set up their business there, and they have also, been part of the government jobs. They are the part of private jobs. Now they are holding a very good position in capital of Pakistan, Islamabad. So they are living a lavish life here. So I must say that yes, Pakistan is always open for the refugees, but there is still sometimes there is a burden on economic condition of Pakistan, as we are also struggling with the economic inflations and after the COVID, after the pandemic, there every state is struggling for the economy. So yes, we welcome our brothers from everywhere, but yes, there are some economic issues that we have to face after inclination of any kind of refugees within our borders.
Yes, it's important Pakistan helping Rohingya refugee because they are same religion with Pakistani people.
Yes.
They can worship peacefully and very conveniently. They can live here if they provide a good shelter and food. It will be very good
Yes.
for Rohingya refugee. So, by the way, how many people, how many Rohingya in Pakistan right now? Do you have any number?
I have not access to the exact number, but yes, a few percent of the government which have announced. So we have that refugees in our country, and I think the Muslim countries should extend their hands in today's time, in today's world of liberalism, like European countries, like NATO, like European Union. Muslims should also work to cooperate with each other, not just in the name of organization, but in practical. We should work to cooperate with each other, to we should raise our voices, just not to stereotype Muslims as a terrorist or any other we can say the extremist groups. So Muslim state should raise their voices and should cooperate in a practical form actually.
But sometime there was found in the many news some of Rohingya arms group ASRA. Sometimes they are logistically supported by Pakistan and they were trained by Pakistan, something like that. Do you have information about detail? Because if they are working for democracy is other thing, but if they don't do democracy, it can become terrorists or something like that. Like Rohingya army, I guess, ASA, they are active in Bangladesh Burmese border, and they are their leader, and most of them are trained in Pakistan, and they are leading the organization. So I don't know Pakistan position and Pakistan view on them, because we have many ethnic armed groups in Burma, but most of them are in direction against military government. Many arms groups in Burma, even now military coup, the whole country, the whole population fighting against military junta for democracy in Burma. So I don't know, as a Rohingya arms group, they are willing to fight for democracy, or they are just fighting for Islam extreme group, or I have no idea. So if you have any idea, can you share us to our audience, please?
Okay, we actually don't support any separatist group in terms of arms, or when we say that we should encourage the separatist group to fight against their own state, because we condemn this act in our own country. But for us, the Rohingya refugees are just the refugees. They came here for the shelter, to save themselves from the oppression from on their states. So there is nothing, any connection between the Pakistan and that refugees in terms of how their nature of the fight, or if they let us know okay, what their intention is towards their states. The refugees here in Pakistan just here because to save themselves, just to save their lives. They are not here for any kind of training or any agenda or something like that. They are just here to save, to seek shelter.
Right. So Pakistan government official position is clear, right? They are just helping refugee, but they don't support any arms group in Pakistan.
Yes.
So maybe probably the Rohingya armed groups, maybe they may link with non-state actor. Some of arms group in Pakistan may be linked to the Rohingya arms group. In that way, they are getting a kind of logistic and any other support from non-state actor, not from Pakistan government. I guess something like that.
Like we have refugee camps here where the refugee reside. So there is a regular check and balance of the camps. But, Pakistan government is not linked with any kind of such acts. And we make sure that any refugees involved here should be given a clean sheet before residing here. So there was a check and balance operation that helped for Afghan refugees also. So that same check and balance will help for, we can say Rohingya refugees. So that was not the same. There was not anything like that of, state-sponsored terrorism from Pakistan side, actually.
I see.
We are very much clear.
Thank you for your clarification about Pakistan government position. And I want, because I support democracy, I against military government. So we want to request, Burmese people want to request Pakistani government to support democracy movement in Burma and to help any assistance as you already help Rohingya refugee. That is one thing. Also, we want Pakistan government help humanitarian aid inside Burma, if possible. Also, we want Pakistan government to support democracy fighter with any arms or anything for democracy against military. How do you think how Pakistan people opinion on democracy movement right now, current movement in Burma?
There is a huge social media campaign in Pakistan in support of the Muslims in Rohingya. So many people are, are raising their voices in favor of the Rohingyan people, and they actually support democracy. And there was, a backlash for the authoritarian government there, who are oppressing the people, who are suppressing the rights of the Muslim people. So on social media, on platform, on diplomatic level, Pakistan government is also, raising its voices on international level in favor of Rohingya people. So we can do all is to support them, and on, on different platforms on human rights organization. And there was also, relief packages, first aids that was sent to Rohingya through Pakistan. So we are all active in providing any kind of assistance to Rohingyan people.
It's a good point, but one thing Pakistani people and Muslim people should understand, the problem in Burma is not just one thing, it's not single things, This is the whole country structure problem. The structure problem, We are led by military regime, dictator regime. They don't have any proper structure. They don't have any, absolutely they against democracy structure. And they don't have any socialist or communist structure. Even, China, they still have some kind of structure.
Yes.
They have a communist structure, and the military obey the Communist Party. But in Burmese military regime, they don't have any structure. They can do and whatever they are doing abruptly. That is the behavior of the regime in Burma. So
yes,
we cannot just single out Muslim or any ethnic group, or it's not going to solve any problem, because it's not that problem alone. That is just far below the whole structure problem. So we have to fix the structure, the whole country structure. Unless we fix the whole country political structure, you can't solve any group problem, any Rohingya group problem, any religion group problem. You can never solve it. So that's why I want to explain. First, Pakistan government and Pakistan people, Muslim people should understand. First thing, we have to solve the structure problem in Burma. It's the best to go for democracy structure. Once we get a good democracy, if we achieve democracy, even the last before military coup, it was better than military structure, but that is not perfect democracy.
yes,
Sort of democracy was not consolidated at the time as well. So once we have democracy consolidated, we achieve democracy, we can solve one by one. We can solve ethnic problem. We can solve religion problem. We can solve the Muslim Rohingya problem. We can do one by one. Unless we achieve democracy or we consolidate the democracy, whatever you try to do it single out, it is useless, waste of your energy and your time. So we have to solve the structure, then we can also able to solve Rohingya and Muslim problem as well. That is, I want to let the Muslim people and Pakistani people know it.
Yeah, that's true. I understand there is a state of anarchy going place in there.
Right.
So every Muslim state should raise its voice, to reach to United Nations to call for an end to the brutality taking place there actually. So there is a lot of human rights violation taking place there. Yes, you have said it very right. There is a structure problem. The change should come from the grassroots level to the top. There is a need of that type of change in our political system. So there is a need of a collective collaboration between the Muslim countries, and one should raise their voices, and United Nations should also, take a notice of all the happenings taking place there. And I think there should be a resolution regarding the situation in Myanmar, and every state, regardless of we can say the Muslim or non-Muslim state, one should come up and cooperate for the cause of human rights violation there.
Right, that's true. I agree with you. Absolutely. I want to remind the Muslim country, and especially IOC country, they have to pay attention the whole country problem in Burma, the whole democracy structure, the whole democracy deteriorated, the dictatorship in Burma. We have to remove that first, and the most important thing, we have to remove military regime. Only then what they want, they can get it. Unless you cannot hit the point, even you try to single out Rohingya or anyone, any group, even you try to single out, you cannot hit the point. You can never get the point. So we have to do the whole, as political science point of view, we have to change the political structure. We have to remove the regime. Only then you can get the point that whatever you want, Muslim religion freedom or Rohingya rights or other things. So first thing, we have to change that structure policy issue. And of course, ICJ, that's ongoing. That is good solution as part of international pressure. It's by the way, it's just a legal point of view. It's about justice issue. It's nothing much effect on political issue. So we still focus on the political issue, the structure in the whole country. That justice system will be, they reveal who is wrong and who is right, who should be punished. They will say that, but it doesn't mean they are going to change the structure or they will help to promote democracy in Burma. No, ICJ can't do that. They will only do their justice legal issue. So Muslim country still need, IOC should still need to support political democracy movement in Burma. That is the most important issue that all Muslim countries should understand.
Through this platform, I would like to invite all Muslim states to understand the need of an hour, to understand all the operations going on our Muslim brothers. So I call every Muslim state to stand up. This is the time. This is the time world need us to cooperate. We should work together. We should hold our hands at this time. Only then we will be able to fight these issues. We'll be able to fight this. We should raise their voices to the extent that world should take notice of what is going on there. So for this, we actually need unity among the Muslim states. I think I am repeatedly calling for the states to this platform that everyone should notice the call from Myanmar for the Muslims.
Muslim, that is good, as well as you have to cooperate with other democratic country and other regional country to change the democracy structure in Burma. Only then Muslim issue can also be achieved. That is important.
Yes.
I hope, Shafan, you can also advocate to Pakistani government and other high-ranking officer who related on this policy making, especially foreign policy, I guess.
Foreign policy, yes.
Please try to advocate in Pakistan, as well as you can do, I think, other Muslim country advocating. So we'll keep in touch and share our opinion, and we will advocate for one for all for one,
inshallah.
something like that.
I will try my best to reach to move my voice in favor of the people of Rohingya, and to ask all other Davinji communities to participate in that cause, to promote democracy and to bring peace to the country.
Thank you very much, Shafan. Have a good night.
Thank you. It's really good to talk here.
Bye-bye.